All right. Hello again, Avengers, and welcome to another exciting daily vlog. This is daily vlog number 65. And today, I had a super cool thing that I wanted to talk about last night. I mentioned it on the vlog last night. No idea what it was. Brain has just all the thinkies on the floor. Um, yeah, I got no earthly idea what it was supposed to be. I've been playing a crap ton of Monster Hunter, because that is an amazingly fun game. The new Monster Hunter Wilds, um, and yeah, I wish I had something profound or interesting to say today, but my brain is literally just mush right now. I cannot think of a single interesting thing to talk about. Which, in and of itself, is somewhat interesting because normally I have a billion different things that I wanted to talk about and I have to narrow it down to something that I can coherently talk about for 5 to 400 minutes. Um, yeah, I guess so. I am an autiste, and by autiste I mean I spent a lot more time in the music wing of our school than I did literally anywhere else. Like I basically lived there, which was all where all the creative people were. The school that I went to was basically it had like the central uh, area where like the kitchen was and all that stuff, and then it had four wings. Uh, and I can't remember cardinal direction wise. I can't remember which one was which, but uh, I'm just going to arbitrarily assign directions to them based on how I remember it being, and they're probably wrong. But the North Wing was shop class and the art room. So shop, wood shop, metal shop, stuff like that. That was all in the North hallway. In the entire 4 years that I attended high school, I never set foot in that hallway aside from once because my locker was just barely into that hallway. Um, and because I was also a band student I played tenor sax. I got a band locker for my saxophone. And because it was a big instrument, like my sax case, I still have it. It's in the other room. My sax case was like this by this. Like it's tenor sax is not a small instrument. So because of that, I got one of the largest band lockers, and so I used that as my regular locker. I never went down there again. The West Wing was all of the English, science, social studies, and math classes. Like that was the entire wing. And so I did go there fairly regularly because I had to take all of those dumb classes that I didn't enjoy for the most part. Some of them were fun, like calculus, I really enjoyed. Never got a chance to take physics, even though I wanted to do because I never had a free period. And English classes bored me to death. Um, the south hallway was the gym, which I avoided like the plague because I was not an athletic person. And then the east hallway was it had the choir room, the orchestra room, the music library, and then the band room, all on the left side of the hallway. And then on the right side of the hallway was the theater. And we had a pretty decent. I think the theater sat like 650. So for a high school theater, it was pretty nice, and it had like tiers or whatever you call it. Like it, as you went further back, it got higher and higher. So it was a nice theater in general, and it also had behind the theater. It actually had a workshop where we could build sets and stuff like that, and we had dressing rooms, and it was fairly nice as far as high schools go. But as a creative, um, one of the things that I've heard as I started studying things that weren't music and acting. I started looking in. Yeah, I started learning about art and like physical art and drawing and animation and stuff like that. When I watched, there was this reality TV show that Penny Arcade created. It's still on YouTube. It is phenomenal. Go and watch it sometime because it's just amazing. The show is called Strip Search. And what it was, the subtitle is The Search for the Next Great Webcomic Artist. And basically, what it was, they brought a bunch of webcomic artists together, put them all in a house, and then had them compete against each other to eventually crown the winner, who would get to have their own office in the Penny Arcade offices for a year, and all this other stuff. Like, it was pretty great. And one of the things they talked about there, because a lot of times they would bring in more famous webcomic artists and artists from other mediums as well. And one of the tips that was always given out is, well, you need to draw every day. If you want to be an artist, you need to draw every single day. Doesn't matter if it's good, doesn't matter if it's bad, doesn't matter if you'll inspire, doesn't matter if you've got nothing left in the tank. You just need to draw every single day. And for art in general, and I would assume this also applies to non-artistic pursuits, but specifically for art in general, that has been advice that I have gotten over and over and over again. Like when I first started playing an instrument, I was basically told, well, you have to practice every single day. And we all hated it, except for me, because I wanted to be this amazing jazz saxophonist. And so in fifth grade, I started playing sax in fifth grade, by the way. In fifth grade, I practiced, I don't know, a couple times a week. When I got to sixth grade, though, there was an audition-only jazz band that I got into in the sixth grade. And we were, the band itself was amazing. Like, we actually went to jazz festivals and would compete against high school and college bands. Not compete as in, it's like, and the winner, because it's not really how jazz festivals work. But we would go to these festivals and perform, songs and stuff like that, and then we would get graded and stuff like that, and that was the competition. And we did very, very well. We actually, one year, we actually got to go down to an actual Chicago jazz club. We got to play a set there with this guy named Chuck Hedges, who I believe is passed, unfortunately. But he was a brilliant jazz clarinetist who was phenomenally amazing. Yeah, and so in sixth grade, I started practicing, not every single day, but I practiced like crazy until I had gotten to the point where I could sight read anything that was put in front of me at that point. And I felt comfortable enough that I didn't need to continue pushing myself every single day. If I had continued doing that, I probably would have been a significantly better instrumentalist. But I got to the point where I was far beyond most of my peers, and that was good enough for me. But yeah, that idea of if you want to be an artist, the first thing you have to learn to do is you have to do your art every single day. And it doesn't mean that you have to, practice 7 hours a day, 7 days a week or something like that. But, if you're a visual artist, doing a sketch every single day, even if it's only like a 10 or 20 minute sketch, doing a sketch every single day is kind of the bare minimum to get to the point where you will have the skills and the tools necessary to be able to make a profession out of it. The same thing is true about being an instrumentalist, being a vocalist, singing every single day is important. And it's one of the reasons why when I went to college, I minored in music and the first time. in order to minor in music, you have to declare a primary instrument. And I was in both choir and I was in jazz band. And so I was playing saxophone. Eventually, I got to play bari sax, which is super, super fun. And then I was also in choir, and so I had to choose which one was going to be my primary instrument, and I chose voice because I don't have to assemble my voice every time I want to practice, and I don't have to clean my voice after every time I use it. Also, my voice doesn't have limited resources that I have to buy all the time. Whereas my saxophone, I went through reeds like crazy. So yeah, getting back to why I'm talking about this here, as much as again I don't have anything really profound to say right now. The idea of I'm a content creator, and since I've been daily vlogging now for over a year. Forcing myself to go and create a vlog every single day has been beneficial for me. And again, that's why I started doing Daily December like a dozen years ago. This idea of forcing yourself to do something a little bit every single day is really, really good. And it helps with just about everything. You want to be a good salesman? Practice your sales techniques every single day. You want to be a good manager? Practice your management techniques every single day. You want to be a good cook? Cook every single day. You want to be a good runner? Run every single day. Whatever it is that you want to be good at, do it every single day. And understand that not every day you are going to have a masterpiece. A lot of times it's going to feel dumb and awkward and stuff like that. But it'll still help you to good grow. So it's all for me today. Hopefully tomorrow I will actually remember what it was I wanted to talk about. But yeah. It's all for me today. I will see you tomorrow. All right? Bye-bye.